Welcome back, guys, to another episode right here at Central Oregon Shenanigans. Today we're going old school. We're going to use the GoPro Hero 4. I can't find the new one. I think we're at an 8 or 9 now. I can't remember. So the video might be a little different today. Sorry about that. So today we're working on the 2003 F350 7.3 truck. Looks a little different. Did this off camera. I got an 05 grill on here, trimmed down to fit. Turned out really well. I know I did not trim it. You can buy these on Amazon this way, and this one came with an auction truck, aka the full throttle truck. Still waiting to get this in the shop to do the motor swap. It's kind of on the back burner right now just because of shenanigans in the shop here. My truck mount blew up, so I've got a replacement engine that took brain. That's a lot of money right there, and it was the last one in the country. So with that being said, that is more priority right now for me to get that done, to get one of my carpet cleaning vans back up on the road. I need to have two at all times, you know, because I run older equipment, so you can't have your business shut all the way down. So we rotate vans out when they need something. But anyway, that aside, as soon as this project behind me is done, the 99 250 with the 5.4 motor swap, we got to get parts off of here and swap. That'll be a whole video. We'll explain the whole process of going from Expedition to Super Duty. There are some differences we got to change out on this motor, but it will work for us. So stay tuned for that one. That'll be this fall. Okay, so today what we're going to be doing is we bought another auction truck. Will be another video of going and getting it. I don't have any engine monitoring and I have heavy tuning, so every time I go to the auctions I got to turn this to stock and just lightly feather her up the mountain, and we're not doing that anymore. I need to get transmission temperature on the pods going, and we also need to get pyrometer done. So I'll show you what I got going on here. Alrighty, guys, going back with Glowshift. I had that in my wife's truck back in the day, the green flatbed, if you can remember. We're going with the tinted style this time, the tinted 7 color series. All those different colors you can choose from. And this has got the tinted glass. I don't know if I'm going to like that or not. But this one is our exhaust temperature. We're going to work on that first. What I did is I ordered this kit, and I also ordered a whole box of goodies. Here's our transmission. Okay, so if anybody has an idea on stock, I need that style of plug. I need to find that. This is the last thing I've got to find for my to-do list for those going on my bumper. I ordered one of these tap and die kits from Glowshift that is for this exact application on the Super Duties. Alright, guys, when picking your spot for the pyrometer, a lot of guys do it incorrect, and I see it done all the time, especially on these auction trucks. We're bringing home, they're putting the sensor right there on the downpipe right after the turbo. That's incorrect. That's not. You're gonna be several degrees cooler, several hundred degrees cooler by the time you get to that point. So under here is your exhaust manifold, and there's a nice flat spot right there. See where I punched a hole through? That's where I like to probe these. You could probe it in the middle down there if you really wanted to. A lot of guys will actually do dual too. Do two on a V8. On a Cummins, you've only got one bank of cylinders, one manifold. On a V8, you got two manifolds. So a lot of guys will run a left side and a right side because you never know when you got a fuel injector. You're towing a heavy load, get a fuel injector hung up, and you're dumping a lot of raw fuel down, or one side could be hotter than the other. So with that being said, I'm gonna go get the tap. I've already got my hole drilled. Now I'm gonna tap that for some threads, and then I'll show you the next step. All right, guys, on the number 1 setting on my drill, nice and easy. I used that tap, and I just went all the way in. It's not as far as I'm about halfway through the tap. Now I'm just gonna back out nice and slow. I'm gonna try to capture this. There's gonna be a lot of hate about this, but the tap handle, handle that I had, it did not fit this new tap, so there you go. Now we're gonna go get our probe. Alrighty guys, so this part's what threads in. I've got it taken off the probe, and I'll show you how that works in a second. But I'm going to thread this in right here where we just tapped. You can, oh yeah, should be good. Should be the right threads. Did I screw up? James screwed up. His truck's ruined now. There we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and ram that home. It's a 9/16. I'm gonna do this by hand. You don't want to lose the guts out of that I just did. I should have grabbed the ratchet one. I'm gonna go change this up. Let me go grab the ratchet again, wrench. Alrighty, 9/16 opening now. Ratcheting. We're just gonna go all the way till she stops. I gotta really give her a ugga-dugga. No, don't round it off, damn it. Okay, it's getting tight. Getting really tight. Okay, that's it. Okay. All right, guys. Now let's retrieve the parts that I lost. All right, guys. There's that brass crush. I can't remember the name of this type of fitting. It's plumbing. It's a water fitting. Here on the screen. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick this in like that right now. Okay, with this guy. This guy's got to go on there too. Just drop it in there. Pretty sure that'll work. Okay, we're gonna just thread it on a couple times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we're gonna take our probe, which I have set over here off to the side. We're gonna slide our probe in, just like that. Okay, and we want to get it, I don't know, quite a bit in there. You want to be able to probe inside the exhaust, right? Okay, so I got that tucked in there. Now we're going to go ahead and take a 9/16 and we're going to tighten that. We're going to reef it down pretty good. And you want to be thinking about what direction you want the probe to go for your wiring. I'm going to kind of go that way and kind of go up the firewall. So we're going to go ahead and tighten that down. I don't think I filmed this on the last time I did this on the 01. This ain't my first rodeo. Okay, so that's nice and snug. Now this probe will not fall out. I'm pulling out pretty good there. But now we're gonna want to take out our twisty ties here and go ahead and feed these up to the kid. If you can reach them. Be easy. That wire's undo it, like unspin it, and then just kind of lay it up there on the master cylinder for me to play with. All right, and guys, you don't want to zip tie it to your steering rod there. I got to figure out. It might just float. I don't know. We'll see. We have our upstairs wiring, which I'm gonna put over to this rat's nest. This is. I actually undid this a while back. Nothing's cut or anything. These are actually factory cut. These are for accessories, those guys. So I got to retape these back up in here. I was having some trailer brake problems. I thought we had, I did not do my research, and I thought that there was a problem with my trailer brakes, and I thought that somebody had cut those wires, so I took it apart trying to figure out where they cut it. Come to find out that there was a separate wiring harness for the trailer brakes. So got that all taken care of. So I just gotta wrap this up and tuck it back here, or just clean it up again. I just cut the factory tape off of it to see what was going on in here. Nothing, no problems though. Now I gotta find a point to go through the firewall, which I see one down there, and I'll go actually inside and poke. We have another wiring harness for our pod. This is the other portion of it. So this will go, I don't know how this is gonna work actually, because that's a big end. So we're gonna have to find it from this side. I'm gonna do this off camera. I have no tripod to hold this little GoPro for, so I'll figure this out and show you what I did. All right guys, several hours later, this looks messy and they're all blue wires, but they all work, and we have the pyrometers done. This will all get cleaned up and it'll look a lot more sanitary, and we're actually going to come back to this. I didn't have the proper stuff. I'm going to build myself an extra fuse block in here for just the gauges and some aftermarket lights that we're putting on this truck. But I'm not going to explain the wiring on this because it's all in the directions if you order a Glowshift gauge kit, and I don't want to be held responsible for you guys wiring it this direction and then having a problem with frying anything, because this is unsanitary right now and I'm gonna have to come back and sanitary this up. You're like, why don't you do it right the first time? Well, I'm in a little bit of a tight time crunch and I don't want to blow my motor up going over the pass pulling a Ranger home. So hence if you watch this far into the video. So anyway guys, I'm gonna show you underneath the truck. We're gonna work on the transmission side of things. Alrighty guys, right here, see that bolt? That comes out and that's where your sensor is going to go. See you in a minute. All right, we're tapped into the transmission, and we're just checking right now. Yep, she's coming off the needle, warming her up. So we're golden. We've got trans temp now. I'm gonna clean this up, make it sanitary, and we'll catch you for an outro here, guys. Alrighty guys, it's the end of the day. Football is going to kick off here in about 45 minutes. Perfect timing to be finished with the project. Well, everything's finished besides the passenger side step. So it's beer time and football time. I think this turned out really good, except for I just need to clean up some wires. I'm not 100% done with this yet. It is drivable, but yeah, this step, look at that guys. And the wind's going to pick up, and this is a non-wind bearing camera. That step looks amazing. Those came off in 07 in here. So now it's time to address my seat. It's gonna be one of my next interior projects. I love the cloth interior. I love the color of this cloth interior, and I like the texture. It's like corduroy. Ugh, I can't talk, but yeah. Gonna probably flicker. No, it's not gonna flicker on screen. A little bit. But I went with the tinted ones this time. Last go around we put them in the flatbed. They weren't tinted, but these tinted ones aren't as bright, which is nice. And a lot of you guys are, well, why didn't you put boost in? I really don't care what my boost numbers are. It's like I don't really think a boost gauge matters for what I'm doing. I'm not racing. I don't know. I really don't care what my boost is doing. If I stop boosting, I'll know. That's for sure. So yeah, boost is just not that important to me. Trans temp and pyrometer are important to me, and that had just been another hassle, and I just had a 2-place anyway. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching guys. I am super excited. This build is coming along pretty nice. This truck was, you know, it was a pretty rough truck when I got it. I rebuilt the whole shifter off camera. That video didn't turn out very good. So that is all brand new, all new bushings inside here, and it is nice. I did that off camera. This truck did not have a brake controller, so now we've got a nice brake controller. So this is going to be my hauler this winter, to haul all these auction trucks home. So this was very important to have. I didn't want to blow my transmission up. This has got a very nice transmission in it. It's got a towing tranny in it, so I'm excited to go pull the Ranger home. And if you've stayed tuned this long, next video you guys watch will be Pop and I are bringing home a 98 Ford Ranger, and I'm excited. I haven't got to play with a Ford Ranger on this channel, so this is going to be fun.